on your head.
This is my head. I have a live on my head.
Move over towards me.
Hello, friends. Hello. I'm just going to wait a second for people to jump on. Always fun pre-show backstage stuff.
Move over a little.
You've got move over like here.
A live on your head.
Welcome, everyone. I've got the live on my head. Let's just do a quick 5x5 in the chat. Let me know the audio is okay. The visuals coming through okay, nice and smooth. We'll just wait for a few people to jump on here. But welcome to another Sunday evening meditation. We're in a great spot. We're in a great vibe, and we're excited to share a powerful meditation with you. In just under 10 minutes, we're going to start that just to give everyone a chance to come in. I know we've got different time zones around the world with us being on mountain time, but you come from all over the place. So welcome. Again, if you can just throw me a quick 5x5 in the chat, let me know the audio is okay. Let us know the visual's okay. And we will just begin today's meditation pre-commentary, pre-show. And we're excited, as I said, to bring in some really high vibrations together as a group. When we do this together, we do have the ability to amplify and maximize vibrations as a Starseed Collective, as a Ground Crew Collective. And we just love doing that with you. So,
hi.
How's it going?
I was just going to say, are we in a great place? I know we're in a great place, but I think it's been a challenging week. So not only do we have these big energies coming in, these solar energies coming in, these DNA upgrades, and I feel like you and I have actually had kind of a hard energetic week, again, being exhausted. And I think just everybody in healthcare as well. So myself, and I know lots of friends included on this. December 1st in Canada is the big cutoff day. So a lot of people aren't being scheduled who work for Alberta Health Services. They don't have any more shifts after December 1st. A huge whack of people, unless thousands of healthcare workers have gone out there and got the jab, they're going to lose their jobs on December 1st. And there's been lots of articles out there about how we don't have access to EMS or ambulance services in the city, in Edmonton, in Sherwood Park. I've seen it in a lot of the smaller cities surrounding Edmonton and Calgary as well. So I think that it's just been kind of a hard time energetically, not only in the area of these upgrades and everything that our bodies are going through, ascension symptoms. We've felt nausea, ears ringing, all kinds of stuff. But collectively, it's a really hard week because I think a lot of people are faced with losing their jobs. So just collectively, that energy is there. And I know we've been talking lots about our spiritual practice and how important it is to stay, high vibe. So we've got this new morning routine where we've been doing our breathing, our meditation, and our spinning that we talked about recently. But we didn't do that this morning. I actually had to get up and rush off to an appointment. So I've been especially feeling like frustrated and a lot of like energetic kind of uprisings for me today. You hear me swearing around the background.
She's been a little Tasmanian devil today. But we're okay. We're good. We're strong.
Getting frustrated. Yeah.
But this is it. We're going to go through, I think, and the purpose of today's meditation, just sort of as an undergirding to the main conversation here, is to activate and remind us and program and instill some more energy into ourselves that we really get to create the reality that we want to create. Of course, we all know that. We've had Abraham Hicks telling us that for years. I love or hate Abraham Hicks or Esther Hicks. Doesn't really matter. That message has been in the collective consciousness for a while, but I find still people getting pulled out of their own power by giving too much attention to narratives. Now, those of you who know how the misaligned ones, the DF, the dark forces, whatever you want to call them, those of you who know how they work, they literally get us to create their reality for them. They don't do anything. They just plant the seeds through a number of sources through
media,
through the mainstream media, which they all own and control
fear,
behind the scenes. And they do it on an energetic level. So they actually focus energy through the grids, not so much anymore. That's being not allowed anymore. And I'm going to talk about that very quickly in a second before we go into today's meditation. And the third most powerful way they do it is through us. They infiltrate little areas of social media groups and all kinds of stuff. It happens a lot. And they start dropping stories. Now, some of them are true, but a lot of them aren't.
Putting out their agenda and saying, you know, this is going to happen in this quadrant and this is going to happen in this quadrant. And I'm sure a lot of you who follow us follow a lot of the narrative and stay informed and want to know what's going on. And we see things all the time, food shortages and, you know, disruptions in the supply chain. And, you know, everybody gets a little bit anxious and everybody gets a little bit fearful when we hear that. It's really hard not to focus on that stuff. Everybody starts talking about it, starts prepping. And then the next thing you know, we have food shortages and supply chain disruptions because everybody's been focusing on it and preparing for it. And we virtually create what we think and what we focus on. So, you know, our practice every day has been so huge for me because when we start our day in that mindset, knowing how powerful we are and knowing we get to basically choose our vibration in any moment, we have to physically say, no, I'm not going to think about this. I'm not going to give energy to that. I'm going to rewire my brain and think about something that's really positive instead. So that's what we wanted to do kind of this meditation on tonight.
Yeah. And of course they do it through movies and that mainstream industry too. So if you are watching a lot of movies right now, just be sure at some point before your movie practice, if you really want to be serious about your spiritual journey, is to kind of do a little bit of a 3-step process to acknowledge there is going to be hidden messages in whatever movie you're watching. It's kind of impossible not to encompass that. Yeah. And the second thing is to send absolute, again, acceptance, but of sovereignty, and that you have the free will as a soul living a human experience. And the third thing is to transform any energies into love and back to source. So it's kind of a 3-point process that you can do before you watch movies. You can do it in your head, you can do it in your heart or in your mind. It doesn't really matter, but it's quite important to do if you want to continue to transform these energies right now. So I wanted just before we start today's meditation, direct you to a really powerful video that I watched the other day from Alex Collier and Michael SALLA. Now I'm pointing you towards this because there's some wonderful, I'm going to pop it up on screen here, those who are watching on YouTube, which I think is everyone's there. We haven't got any other streams going. But Alex Collier was interviewed by Michael SALLA, two real names that I follow on and off throughout the year. Now, this is a wonderful message of hope and inspiration and a lot of background information on what's really going on in the cosmic picture right now. You can see it up on screen as Alex. I've been a long-time follower of him. He's got some great information. And of course, he's been in contact with a group called the Andromedans. He calls them the A's, who are an off-planet race assisting humanity at this time, one of a few. So go and check that out after this, guys. It's really, I think it's uplifting. I think it's informing, and it brought me a lot of value watching it again yesterday. And I just wanted to just kick today's show off with that. So, yeah.
Well, that's exactly what we need because, again, the fear surrounding the collective right now is so dominant that anything that can give you hope or faith or just help keep you in that high vibrational state, which is exactly what we're talking about with doing our morning routine. And like I mentioned earlier, we didn't get to do our meditation or any of our routine this morning. So I've been really ready to, meditate today and get in that space and just really kind of calm down and let everything go. And again, we're talking about making the choice, the conscious choice. So we have also been talking a lot in our Instagram posts about how when you have that negative fear-based energy, it's not going anywhere. It's not going to just disappear or go anywhere on its own. We really have to be conscious about transmuting and transforming that energy because energy cannot be destroyed. So it's just about taking it and choosing love. What were we talking about earlier? About how love chooses us. Like
Right.
we were created to have this human experience, to come here and learn. And, you know, as much as we think that things happen to us, it's actually because we chose to have these experiences. So
yeah, there's a so there's a real not incorrect but an incomplete statement which is thrown around spiritual circles, and it's and religious circles too, and one of the same in many respects. But they say it's the chosen few that get to be the ground crew at this time and do the things that we're doing. That is correct, but it's incomplete because it's really the few who choose. And a wonderful mentor of mine told me that you can be chosen for something, but unless you choose to activate, to do the work, to ascend in the physical incarnation here, then you may well skip the opportunity or miss the opportunity to do that. I remember all the teams that I've built in many different arenas, whether it's business or sport, when I've had a team selection process with other people that I'm working with around me. I've picked many great performers over time, but they haven't always performed greatly. And so that is the difference between being chosen and choosing, and you get to do that. So,
and that was the message today.
Yeah.
That we kind of listened to a daily message, and today what came through was we are chosen, we are loved. So now that, you know, we are chosen by love, we have to choose love in every moment. So just taking that fear, that energy that's really heavy, and just transmuting it, deciding that we're going to choose love instead, and that we're going to transmute everything that this negativity, this dark energy is trying to put on us, to hold us down, to keep us in this low vibrational state. You know, everything that we're working towards right now is to just help stay in that high vibrational state, high vibes, positive energy, ascension, upgrades. Like everything we want to do is moving towards that path. Me and David, we sometimes have a little powwow, just weekly, monthly, about where we want the Sunflower Life to go and what direction that we're headed in. So we should have put up a photo, but David likes to whip out the whiteboard and stand in front of it and write down all of our plans. And I took a picture of him because I said, does anyone else's boyfriend do this? But it's pretty cute, sweetie. I'm not going to lie. But tonight he came up with another 3 E's.
There's lots of E's right now.
There's lots of E's right now. E and everything. So it's just kind of our mission statement.
Yeah.
I took a picture of it.
And this is so the reason why we had a sort of a war room meeting or an engine room meeting today for Sunflower Life was because some very exciting new developments going on behind the scenes. You may have noticed if you're following us on Instagram, I did post something about Soul Scene Productions, which we're not going to go into too much depth.
We can talk about that maybe after the meditation. Next week.
So tune in next Wednesday or Thursday for our next live, where we'll go into more of that. But it's really good when you're growing, just to sort of stop and pause and reevaluate if you're a business owner, your business model, reevaluate the mission and the reason why you're doing the things you're doing, and that does help clear and clarify a lot of things as you move forward and make decisions going into a brand new Earth year, which is very exciting coming up.
So without letting David give away too many of our upcoming secrets, we did want to get into the meditation right away here, and then maybe we can talk about some of that stuff after. Just a quick update. We are pulling back this week with some of our own motivational videos and content on the Sunflower Life, just to switch focus a little bit and pour some real energy into getting the website done. And like he said, we've got some new developments. So we might just slow up with our videos for the week that we've been posting daily content on, but
we'll do one live this week.
We'll resume, and we'll do a few more lives this week. So get to see our faces more at least. But I did want to just go over that mission statement really quick and why we're here, and just kind of what Sunflower Life is all about. And our mission is to the 3 E's: equip, empower, and encourage you to raise your vibration. And that's not really even directed to you. It's kind of directed to us as a whole. So we want to equip ourselves with the tools to raise our vibration. We want to empower and encourage everybody just to stay in that space, stay in that place despite everything that's going on. And we're all on this journey together. So as much as we can support each other and remind each other why we're here and how we can transmute these energies. So right now, I think before we start the meditation, there's, passports that are probably the biggest stressor for everybody because it's causing so much division. People are losing their jobs. So we know that these passports are coming in. So when we go into this meditation tonight, we want to visualize this leaving as quickly as it came on. So, within the next 6 months, 3 months, the whole thing is just going to fall apart. AHS is going to reverse their decision on the nurses. Everybody's going to get their jobs back that was put on LOA, like as soon as possible. That passport is going to end and be out of here, and we're going to be back to unity as soon as possible. If you guys are in BC and some of the provinces out, New Brunswick, East and Western Canada, we've got natural disasters, floods destroying highways. Some people think that was planned. Maybe, you just never know these days. But again, focusing on abundance, people having everything they need. Now they're trying to say there's floods in BC. Well, we're not going to think about rain. We're not going to think about floods. We're going to send the exact opposite. So when we're in this meditative space today, everybody's just, all the fears and all the worries that you have, just focus on completely the exact opposite and go to a place of joy, love, abundance, beauty, perfection, and just choose love. And every time that you're going through something hard or difficult, we have to consciously rewire our brains to choose love. So I just want to put that message out there. And I feel that, that's where we talked about kind of where we wanted to go in our meditation tonight is just transmuting all of that negative into the most positive, perfect picture you can imagine.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah. So this meditation is really to create a wall of light around the ground crew, expand that, and make sure that vibration is held. So any narratives that come out from anywhere, whether it's friends, family, or whether it's from the DF themselves, again, one and the same, when those negative energies are brought forth, they bounce off that wall. They literally cannot permeate the wall of light that we are presenting. So to flip the narrative type meditation, if you like.
Absolutely.
I've called it that. And we're going to start the meditation in about 60 seconds here. So if you are in a space where you can't be quiet for about 10 minutes and you're going to have distractions, please find a quiet space to just relax and be in a quiet zone for the next 5 to 10 minutes. I'll just give you about 30 seconds to do that. We're going to do the meditation in probably 2 parts. One, I'm going to do a very powerful one that I've never done on air before, actually, clearing of some AI programming, some negative energy and negative cellular programming, which was given to me by Lisa Wheeler's friend. Sorry, I can't remember her name now, but I'm going to link it in the description. I'll write it out for you, and it will do wonders for you to clear some of these AI programs and also subconscious programs that are running right now. So without further ado, we will begin today's meditation now.
That sounds great, babe. I'm looking forward to this one.
So let us just center in to your space with 2 or 3 deep breaths. Breathe in the light from 360 degrees all around you. And as you breathe out, feel all the tension leaving your body. Feel the thoughts just flowing away down the river. Feel your mind clearing. Find that sacred space of quiet and calm. This is a safe place, a safe space. So just bring your attention now to a ball of light in the center of your chest, glowing golden white. And we're going to expand the fourth energy center to create a bubble of light now. Just imagine that ball of light now expanding about 6 to 12 feet surrounding you in all directions. This is your own personal bubble of light. Feel the energy of love. Feel the energy of unity. Feel the energy of God. Feel the power that lies within you at all times. The limitless power. This is the bubble of light space. And just take a couple of seconds to visualize this. Really feel it. And I will now read out today's clearing. Before I do that, we'll just activate very quickly with Alice Bailey's soul invocation. I am the soul. I am the light divine. I am love. I am will. I am divine design. At this time, I call upon the pillar of the pure white light to descend upon me, form all around me, and move through me now. I ask for the presence of the I am that I am. Merge and join with me now. So be it, and so it is. Just open and breathe. Let all the tension just flow away on the out-breath. I call in my higher self to witness this revocation and declaration of intent for full sovereignty from all artificial systems using holographic and digital technology in nefarious ways. I revoke consent to run, process, power, or be connected to, siphoned from, or controlled by any and all of these technologies, broadcasts, transmissions, and implants, including all red wave technology, all Saturn's cube technology, all AI cube technology, and any associated clone consciousness aspects, Metatronic coding, and all other types of inverted coding, fallen and reversal grid attachments, including all AI-generated timelines, holographic hybrids, digital replicas, digital or holographic twins, synthetic nervous systems through Wi-Fi, 5G, 4G, 3G, 2G, 1G, all misaligned cell signals, all multidimensional replicas, projections, or imposters, nanotech nervous systems, or any other transhuman technology. I now dispose of these and deny anything here and also not mentioned here that is not aligned with the highest Christ self that is I, to be null and void and dismantled and returned to its source now. I am a sovereign being, and by the grace of God go I. And so it is, and so it is. Let's take a couple of big deep breaths now. We're now going to turn on, cleanse, and spin our 12 chakra system. beginning with the 7 chakras of the physical body. So we bring our attention to our root chakra now. And we spin this clockwise from left to right. Moving up to the sacral chakra, we activate, cleanse, and now spin the sacral chakra energy center. And we feel a vortex of light forming as we do so. Now up to the solar plexus. Activate, cleanse, and spin. The heart chakra activated and cleansed. And now spinning left to right. A great vortex of light. The throat chakra activate, cleanse, and spin from left to right. We feel the power on this vortex of light. We feel our 12-stranded DNA systems coming online, activating, waking from the slumber, denying the artificial programming, and moving to form new strands of DNA. Moving up now to the third eye chakra, a ball of white golden light just in the center of the forehead. Activated, cleansed, and now spinning clockwise left to right. Now we bring our attention to the crown chakra, the crown of the head. Activate and cleanse. And now spin. The 7 chakras of the body are now online, activated, cleansed, and in perpetual spin. You may feel tinglings at certain parts of the body. You may even feel nausea. Or you may feel nothing at all. Either way, it's right for you. Everything that happens to you and for you is right for you. We now bring our attention to about 6 to 12 feet beneath the base of the spine, what I call the earth chakra, the 8th energy center. We now cleanse, activate, and spin this 8th energy center of the body. As we do so, we become deeply grounded into the heart of Gaia. Now we move up above the head, about 6 to 12 inches above the crown. We activate the soul star chakra. We cleanse the soul star chakra. And now we spin the soul star chakra. This great vortex of light, becoming more powerful with every activation. And the 10th energy center, we now go above the earth, what I call the earth star chakra. Bring your attention above the earth, directly above where you're sitting, all the way up above Gaia. We activate, we cleanse, and we spin the earth star chakra. Feel the vortex of light, feel the spin, but feel grounded at the same time. Now the 11th chakra, I call the universal chakra, at the edge of the universe. Stretch your imagination to the edge of the known universe. And imagine a ball of golden white light glowing there. We activate and cleanse and spin the 11th chakra. And the 12th energy center, we venture to the heart of all, the great central sun, connecting us to the multiverse, all realities. We activate and cleanse and spin the 12th energy center. See and feel this great vortex of light, spinning all the way through you, above and below, anchored and connected to all that is. We will now connect to all the star seeds and light workers of Gaia. Imagine a great circle of light workers and star seeds stretching around the world, holding hands. The unbreakable chain of light workers. We surround the circumference of the earth. And holding hands together now, we do declare that we are the light. We are the ground crew. We are the activators. We are the love. We are the pure vibration incarnate here at this time to flip all scripts that are not the God energy, to remove the power of the misaligned ones by activating and being the light now. We hereby command any negative narratives, any negative energies or entities, any false light programming, attempting to enter into the consciousness of the mass collective, fall away like water upon rock. We hold the light. We are the light. And we do not consent to any darkness coming in now. We form a barrier and a bubble of light around the world. Only the highest Christ-white light may be here. To all the star seeds about to awaken, we send you love and memory and peace and security. And we invite you to join the circle of light. This is the time, this is the cycle, this is the ascension of humanity. See the light within this great circle, see the light within every light worker and starseed holding hands. Feel no fear here. Nothing can harm us. We are the light. We are that. And so it is. So we're going to start to come back now. But the light remains. It is unstoppable. The light within you. So choose love every time. The answer to all your questions is more love. This is the ascension energy. And we bring it forth. So I'm going to count from 5 to 0 just to come back. 0 being the most awake and grounded. 5, just imagine you're coming back into your physical space now. 4, feeling your body and your environment, the physical body. 3, beginning to move limbs, wiggle toes and fingers. 2, just rolling shoulders back. And come back into the room now, wherever you are. 1, about to be wide awake. And 0, whenever you're ready, just open your eyes. And come back into the circle.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I feel so much better. Thank you. That was really powerful. I hope everybody could hear us because we had the waves going on. I don't know if they could hear the waves or what, if that was too loud for them. But yeah, that's just a great reminder. We are the light. And when we choose love in every moment, just, you know, what that looks like exactly, we're standing in our truth. We're standing in what we know is right. And we are speaking our truth to people. We are being ourselves. We are in situations that feel good, and we are patient and forgiving and just extending that love to everybody and seeing that light in everybody, because it's difficult, especially this time of year. Malls start to get a little bit crazy. Everything starts to ramp up around Christmas time, and I feel like everybody's back to work. Kids are back to school. It's getting colder. It's getting more hectic, and it's easy to lose patience and feel frustrated, especially when we all have a lot on our plate and we're getting busier and we feel like we've got to-do lists that are never ending. So, you know, just remembering that self-love, taking that time you need for yourself to really fill yourself up so that in every situation that you're faced with, you can choose love. And even if it's just letting people in traffic or holding the door open for them or just extending compliments and patience, where it's tough when you've got people looking at you for not wearing a mask or trying to kick you out of a store, or someone's judging you, or maybe they're impatient in traffic. You know, it's just like, we have to choose love in every situation. And there are so many opportunities in a day that we get to choose love. So it's always a work in progress.
So this is one of the hardest incarnations to perform as a soul, let alone at this time to be the human vessel and to transform into what the human vessel can become, which is where we're going in this ascension process. But there's one thing that's guaranteed, guys, and the guarantee is that the forces that were in control for so many years, the misaligned ones, are going to continue to throw the kitchen sink at the human race. At this point, they may or may not know they've lost, but they know that they want to cause as much destruction as they possibly can. So be prepared for anything. Just do not accept any false narratives, meaning do not accept anything that is of the darkness, not of the light. Now, there's a wonderful scene which we'll sort of, I'm going to finish with this as we close out the show here. But in The Lord of the Rings, the first one, when Gandalf was on the bridge and the shadow is coming towards him, The Balrog, I think it's called, is this ancient demon from another world, but it's called the Shadow in the movie. And if you remember, Gandalf says you cannot pass. A famous scene on the bridge. It's very very emphatic. And of course, he stomps his staff down, and this huge bubble of light appears around him. And the shadow monster tries to strike him down, I think, with the sword or some weapon, and it just literally dissolves, and it can't penetrate the light. So every time you choose love that Kelly's talking about, every time you choose the highest vibration, you can't see it yet. You will be able to. That bubble of light is surrounding you, and the stronger you hold it, activate it and hold it, those are the two important processes. You must hold it. The darkness will literally not be able to penetrate you. So that meditation is about creating that bubble of light around the world, around us, the starseeds and light workers, that no darkness can get in. So I hope it was of value to you. I know we've got some comments running through, said it was powerful. I didn't know what was going to come through. I don't practice these things. They sort of come through in the moment. So either way, we wish you lots of love, lots of light, a powerful week ahead. You don't have to go out of today's meditation and that's the end of the light for you. It's take it through the next week. Take the love into every moment, and you will transform any situation with that. And there are those who are not ready to receive your light yet. That's okay. Just hold space and patience for them. But there are lots of people that are, and we're coming together like never before. So.
No, you're so right. And, I've done that in situations maybe where I've walked into a store, not wearing a mask, and I'm approached by the owner or somebody who works there, and they're very confrontational to me. And, I just take it how it is, and I apologize to them. I'm very kind to them. I explain my situation. I speak my truth. And if they don't want me to be in there, I don't push back or make a huge fuss about it. I'm kind to them. I say I understand. Sometimes I just ask, would I be able to purchase this item and then leave? Are you okay with that? And, 9.9 times out of 10, they change their tone and they're very kind back. So when you just give somebody that extra communication or that extra patience or forgiveness, or you reason with people as an individual, often, you'll find that they can be just as compassionate and caring back to you, because as David says, darkness can't really exist in that space where there's so much light. So when you're speaking your truth from your heart, you're in the best place possible, and you're holding that vibe for yourself. And, that's not going to work every single time, but it's a really good place to start, just being that example of what you want this world to be. And when more of us start putting all of our focus, energy, attention on the outcomes that we want to see, instead of feeding into that fear, the world is going to absolutely change, and we're the leaders.
Yeah, and thank you, Stephanie, so much for that super chat, by the way. I really appreciate that. Very kind, very generous. We appreciate all the donations.
I've never even seen that before. That's so cool.
It's awesome. So yeah, those of you who are on the Above Duality platform right now, I'm going to keep that running for the foreseeable future. Please consider heading across to the Sunflower Life official YouTube channel. That's going to be our main channel, now, and we'll be moving forward. Please like and subscribe if you think we add value. We really, really appreciate that. And it's like, what was I going to say with the darkness is one other thing. Yeah, as you become more light, as you become more love and really hold those frequencies, one of two things is going to happen. The first thing is those who are not ready to receive that are going to get very aggravated by that. You'll hear the term, I irritate their demons, said in the spiritual community. There's some truth to that, by the way, but you will literally, because when you shine light on a dark thing that wants to stay in the dark, it can get irritated, and it will try and manipulate and do what it can to stay there. And the second thing is that you will activate through the quantum web other people who are looking to anchor more light, maybe even step onto the front lines and speak their truth, etc., etc. The light workers of earth, the light bearers. You'll give permission for them to step forward. So every kind thought, every thought of love, every action of love, it all adds to the collective waking up. So it's so important right now And as Kelly said, I mean, they don't have any power over us anymore. They can't understand the human heart frequencies, which is why they were always going to lose. Now, if you watch Alex Collier's show, he will mention that the Andromedans were talking about as the benevolents were watching this play out on Earth over the last 100, 200, thousands of years. They never thought it would get to the place of this level of attempted manipulation. They never actually thought it would. Of course, now it's flipped, and now we're on what he has said is this one singular timeline towards the light and ascension. There can be lots of strands off that, but they can't branch off the way they used to. We're on this one single timeline, and they've all collapsed and merged into this one towards the light. And of course, it doesn't mean there's not going to be chaos. Doesn't mean there's not going to be these things that Kelly's talking about. But the more we hold the light and choose love, the smoother and more love-based this journey is going to be. So.
And I didn't watch the Alex Collier YouTube that you were talking about, but also Magenta Pixie, she's somebody that we look to a lot and share a lot of her material. She's started referring to it as the inevitability, as in the light has won. It's always going to win. The light is something that is infinite. The darkness is something that is finite. It can only exist for a period of time, but the light is the inevitability. So eventually everybody is going to wake up. So just as people are awakening, and you know they are, because the veil is being lifted and the truth is coming out on a whole bunch of stuff, all these underground things that you're hearing about, and court cases, and it's all getting exposed, and people are waking up. So you just have to remember how you first felt when you realized that absolutely everything was a lie. We have to be kind to everybody and welcome these people who had their blinders on for so long and they're finally waking up now. We just have to welcome them with open arms and be that space and be that guide, and just welcome them with kindness and open arms. And that's all we can do, is just share that love and hold that space for everybody, hold that vibration. That's why we're here. We're here to hold the light, hold the truth, speak the truth, be the love. And that's where we're going to continue to go.
Yeah. And every time you see a false narrative or a negative narrative, is another way of saying it, flip it around, see the absolute positive, best case version of that, and do it quick, and do it again and again and again until that vibration is held. That's holding the vibration. So
if they say flood, you see sunshine. Right. If they say food shortages, you see an abundance of food for everybody. Just every single time there's negativity and fear and worry, flip it. Flip it. Our thoughts are so powerful. We are so powerful. You are so powerful. So, we're just excited for everything.
Yeah, remember, you're not alone. Remember, if this was really a free open market, a free open system whereby you could, the alternative news got broadcast as much as the mainstream news, this would be easy, guys, because you would see how many people are waking up right now. There's so many. You'd be like, hey, we got this. This is no problem at all. But where's the fun in that? Where is the transformation? Where is the victory and the celebration in coming through that? Well, it wouldn't be there the way it's going to be, and it's continuing to grow into now, because I can tell you there's more people that have woken up and are waking up than ever before in the human race, which is very, very exciting. So
I know a lot of people say, like, look what's going around. The light hasn't won, because that's all they see. That's all they see is the mainstream, the negative, the restrictions. They don't see how many of us are shining our light. And, it's kind of crazy, because we've had comments on some of our channels where we've said the light has won, and they're like, well, look around. But in reality, there are so many of us, and you're right. It's all censored. Everybody's talking about this. Everybody's proud when you see someone else standing up and speaking their truth and being themselves. You cannot not support them. You can't not love that. And we're all here. We're all just doing our best, raising the vibes.
Yeah, I mean, if something is coming towards you to hit you in the face, and it's not coming at the speed of light, and you see it, you don't stand there and go, oh, look, this is going to hit me in the face. I can see it. That's where it is. Well, you move out the way, right? And that's consciously, in consciousness terms, it's about moving out the way and creating a new reality, whichever way you want to do that. So yes, there are things going on, but we have to transform that, because that's not who we are. And the human race is this one unified collection of souls, but one love light energy that is coming together like never before. And that's what we have to focus on and embody.
And I think too, like, we only really see what's going on in this 3D, in the physical. That's why it's so obvious, because it's so in our face. It's much more difficult to move into that place of faith and knowing, but you only move into that place once you establish that knowing within, that knowing of yourself, knowing how powerful you are, and the choice that you are a sovereign being and you have the power of choice. Because once you acknowledge that you really do control your outcomes in your situation, yes, exterior things happen, but ultimately you choose how you react, you choose how you move forward. And having that confidence, gaining that confidence and that knowledge after going within, you know, doing the healing, doing the forgiveness, all the stuff that comes with it. Once you have that knowledge about how powerful you are and you really know who you truly are, then you have that knowing that, you know, we are the light, we are here, we have one.
Yeah.
It's just that we don't see it, because you have to have that faith. But once you have that faith, you really start attracting those other people into your lives, and you really start to see how many of us really do feel the exact same way.
Amazing. Yeah, well said there. So we're going to wrap today's show up. We are monitoring the situation in Australia. Many of you are. It's a very challenging time for them. They will rise and claim their freedom, guys. Don't worry about that. There may be some obstacles along the way. We may well do a group meditation at some point next week for the Australians. We may well bring in the circle like we just did and bring in the light a little bit more powerfully. So watch out on social media for those announcements. We might just do a little pop-up meditation. We'll see.
It's a great idea.
Or we may tag it onto our live next week. So thank you all for joining us. We really love all of you. Thank you for your wonderful messages and donations, etc., etc. We love doing this work. We love being here with you. We're no better than you at all. We're no different to you. We're just doing what you're doing. We're just excited to be on this journey with fellow light workers and light bearers who get it and who are here for this wonderful ascension. So
it's all experience. Everything's experience. It's all experience. It's all temporary. So let's just take it in and enjoy it the best we can.
And wear our day with ease. Don't take it too seriously.
All right, it's all love. It's all light.
It is. All right, guys. We love you. Have an amazing end to the night. Have an amazing week. Take that energy through into it. And we'll see you very, very soon. Lots of love.